I'm not gonna waste my words trying to explain who he was, because I'm pretty sure that you all have some idea, and that we all knew different parts of him. Liam always encouraged me to write. I started writing just, what I thought, and, it was nothing fancy. And he always said that was fine. It doesn't have to be fancy, it's what you think. So, thinking about speaking today, I didn't know if I could, or if I wanted to, but I wanted to. Changed my mind like I do all the time, and I knew that I needed to get something down on paper or else you guys wouldn't actually hear anything. You'd just see me crying up here. So I sat down, and I've written a lot of stuff in the past, and I tweak and I fiddle with it and I change it and I change things, and I found I couldn't, I want to write about him, but I couldn't at this time, and anything I wrote wouldn't be good enough, in my opinion. And then he popped into my head, and I remember having this exact same conversation with him, and he just said, just write. One of the beautiful things about writing is just getting it down on paper and being able to say once more what you're feeling at the moment. So I did that, and I'm going to read that to you guys. And in true fashion of me, I forgot the piece of paper. So I have it on a laptop. So I'll be reading it from that, so excuse the beautiful Apple laptop up here. As much as Liam was an environmentalist, he was captivated with the idea of laptops and what they could hold, and just the internet and the communities you could find on the internet. But if I don't start actually reading, I'm just gonna keep on rambling on and never actually let someone else speak. So, I want to speak, but how can I when my body knows more than my mind? I laid down in my bed 2 a.m. on Tuesday, expecting to sleep, but my body was not ready. It has been accepting the fact that my mind won't turn into fact. It is fiction. My whole life with him is a bunch of stories, but even those stories are facts that deserve to be categorized as fiction. Writing for me is waiting for a moment and opening a vein and letting the blood flow. Right now, the result would be incomprehensible. I wish I could play my feelings, but my fingers are too shaky. He always wanted to do a duet, a trumpet and a cello. We decided that he would need a mic, and that I would need a mic, and he would stand in another room. There's so much I can mention, because the plain fact was that he's my older brother. He ate sushi, so I ate sushi. He played video games, so I played video games. He was my role model for so many years. We had the middle years where he ignored his uncool younger sister, and I pretended not to care. He made me dance at my first concert. He urged me to keep writing and keep talking. He would demand to see what I wrote, and steal cookies right from the stove and then complain about a burnt tongue. Some things hit you over and over and don't stick. I helped dig his grave, and yet this one fact is still fiction in my head. I enjoyed telling my friends about him. The new thing was always, what is Liam up to now? And with a grin, I would tell my friends and teachers stories of Europe, mushroom gardens, the bus, his amazing girlfriend, his roommates, the big house, and more. And finally, about a few months ago, my friends said he was right out of a book, and that I should write about him and call it, "He lived in a bus outside the big house." I cannot imagine writing a whole book about him. It would never end. I now have my ending, but the epilogue is better than I could have ever thought. I can't tell his story alone, though, and he would not want me to. There is no such thing as, oh, I didn't know Liam enough to talk about him. If anyone would be willing to share any story, no matter how small, with me, I would love to know. You can tell me in person, but emailing me would be wonderful. My brain is not fully operational at the moment. I'll have my email listed next to the memory books. I can't summarize Liam, and I won't try. I wrote a fake and satirical eulogy for a friend of mine for class in 10th grade, and if this one were graded, it would receive a failing mark. Liam lived a life outside of grades, though, outside of labeling a piece of work. I was looking through the songs we loved together and found one in particular that had me sobbing the hardest I have since the accident. I would like to share some of that with you. Have you ever seen a sound? Have you listened to an image? Have you ever touched a thought? Have you ever tasted nothing? Have you ever told a lie? That was true more than truth, because truth it had lied, all its life when it spoke to you. And what did it say? Is it that? Is it this? This goes here, here is there. It is not, yes it is. It was dulling your senses, your eyes they were bound. Have you ever looked around? Have you ever, my friends, been looking around? And the other replies, with a wave of a hand, I'm already here in this promised land, but not by a god and not by a king and not by a spirit deep from within. I'm here because a miracle's a whim. It's a flash of glory, it's an empty tin, and maybe might lets you in, not to save you, but to keep on looking in. Have you ever been so happy that you're sad? That the lights turn to stars and the stars become eyes and hellos are goodbyes and the laughs are the sighs and the show disappears with the note until next time. Long live living, if living can be this. Do you ever look around, turn your ear to the ground, show your face to the sky on a night when the sky's echo sounds? From inside of your mind, on the stage that you shine, where the sun did become you and move with your thoughts, through the sighs and the scenes of the worlds you have seen, and the sights that have been your reflections in shadows and dreams. Did you ever look around? And find what is yet to be found? Thank you.